everyone, it's Tammy with the Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you're with me today. I am going to be doing the No Digitals Allowed video. And basically what this is once a week I do a video. It comes out on Wednesday, and I do not allow myself to use any digital materials. I can use anything else I have in my stash, but it can't be, sorry, I'm knocking everything over. It can't be a digital. So, today what I have found is I found a bunch of Tim Holtz packaging that I had in my stash, and, I am going to use these to create some pocket stacks. So what I did is I had several different sizes, and I sanded all where it says Tim Holtz and whatever's in the package. I sanded all that up, and I kind of lightly sanded it all over. And then I coated it with clear gesso. And I did that ahead of time so it would dry and we wouldn't have waiting time. So the way these work is, if you stack them on top of each other, you kind of have, this one I had to trim down a little bit so it would work correctly size-wise. I wanted about the same space in between those. Is I have a long tag, a middle tag, and a smaller tag. And then I took another one of the big ones. Actually, it was bigger than this one, I think. No, I guess it's probably the same. I just turned it around the other way. And I made a pocket. And then I took the cutoff from this one and I made another pocket. So we're going to have a tag, a tag, a tag in a pocket, and then another pocket. And what I'll probably stick in here eventually is something like tickets or stamps, or, you know, smaller ephemera. So, because it's not a very big pocket. So that's what we're going to start with. These sand really easily, and I just kind of sanded all over so that it wouldn't just be sanded where, you know, where it said Tim Holtz, and up here where it said, you know, what the pack is, and then I think down here it's got some kind of trademark or something. So, but yeah, I really like how they turned out. The clear gesso that I use is by Dana Wagley. It looks, excuse me while I reach for it, it looks like this. And I really like it. It's really matte, so it took, you know, all the shine. Here's the original, and you can kind of see the shine that's on there. It took all of the shine off. It's got a nice surface now that I think will take any kind of media, and I hope so, because I'm going to be stamping on them. So yeah, I've not had this one before. I normally just get you know, whatever the brand is that Joann's or whoever has on the shelf. But I think quality-wise, this is much better, and I really like it. And you don't need a whole lot. So this little container, for me, you know, will last a really long time. Alright. So next, the only thing I'm going to be using on these today is stamps and these cards. Because I do not want to add a focal point at this point because I don't know what kind of journal I'm going to use them in. And so I'm just going to work on getting them prepared for everything, and we'll go from there. I do want to use, this is Tim Holtz, of course, and it's the ticking and grain stamp, and it's CMS 475, and I love the stamp. And my next journal, I do know, is going to be another kind of abandoned house, or not, maybe not an abandoned house, excuse me. I've got to reach, like, give me just 1 second. I'm going to have to get up and get my big stamp block. And actually, I think I may use this in case I need to stamp more than once. I always forget something, don't I? I have a new digital, which we're not supposed to use digitals today, so I'm not going to use it, of course, but that is, I have two that are kind of old grungy quilts, and I'm real excited about using it in a journal. So I'm thinking that it's going to be kind of like, I want to call it Where I Come From. And so it's going to be, you know, country, I guess. Maybe is the best way to describe it. Not, not so much, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, guys. It's just going to be grungy, I guess maybe kind of like an abandoned house journal, but not, I don't know. Something along that lines, anyway. So I'm going to hopefully get this down here well enough that I can stamp it. And let's see if it'll even stick. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to do the stamping, the grain stamping in a brown color. And that's not a normal color that you see for ticking. Do I want to do that? Let me look at my digital. I was thinking I wanted brown because I'm going to stitch around it in brown ink. Or brown thread. I could do a deeper red. I don't want a red. Maybe if I did... I'm not, well, I don't have, oh, well, I've got barn red, but in the, sorry, slow down. Okay. Take a deep breath. I need a permanent ink for this, is what I'm thinking. I could do... What could I do? or not necessarily permanent ink, but I need a, I don't want to oxide, I think is what I'm trying to say. I want something that's going to stamp a little clearer than the oxide. Is that going to be too, that is aged mahogany that I just put. That's aged mahogany. Okay, let's see what our other choices. See, I think lumberjack plaid is going to be too red, even though it's probably close to what real ticking is. But I think it's going to be too red for my digital. Just because I can't use the digital doesn't mean I can't talk about it. That is barn door. And I think that's too red. I don't want to show you my digital yet. Actually, barn door is really good. But if I do, you know what I might do? Ding, ding, ding. I might go the total opposite. Of what I'm thinking. And have it just really... What if I did it in tea dye so that it's really subtle? If I can get the top off. Is that going to be too subtle? Sorry, debating. Because this is like really dark. I'm going to try it in tea dye. I'm going to be brave. I cannot, if I don't move it, I could always stamp over it in a different color, couldn't I? Since I'm using my stamp platform. And I don't even care if it's a perfect stamp. I just want something in the background. Alright, let's see if I did enough of that. That's going to be too subtle. Yeah, yep, too subtle. Okay. So what's my next option? Brush corduroy, maybe? Sorry, you're having to go through... Ooh, that's real dark. That's not going to do it. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to go back to my original plan and do it in this brown. I believe is what I'm gonna do. After all that, yep. Isn't that weird how it didn't stamp right there in the middle? I think it's because of the, I'm not getting a good, okay, let's try, which I don't care. That looks kind of cool. I'm just curious to why it didn't stamp right there. There we go. All right. So there's one. All right, now I'm going to take this one off. And the next one, I'm going to stamp with the other stamp. Because it's got a little bit different pattern. Probably what I should do is tape these down rather than using the magnets. But again, I don't care if it's a perfect stamp. Okay. And then for the last one, I'm going to go back to the original stamp. Or the original, yeah, stamp. That's it. That's the right word. Move that all the way up so I can be sure I'm getting it straight. Nope, this side. Okay. So there are the 3 cards. put this over there so I can clean them up before I put it up. Clean up my little stamp platform. Alright, so if that is in there, and then this is in here, and this is in here, we need to address the tops of these. I'm thinking then that goes there. I'm thinking I want to do this one too. Okay, so I want this one. There we go. Alright, and we'll set that over there so I can clean it. Now, for this other pocket, I think I'm going to leave it because I'm going to stitch around it. I'm going to stitch around all these. But I think just the brown stitching around there will be good enough for that. I need to address that line. Okay, so if I take the sanding thing and sand that, I don't want that straight line to be so harsh, is what I'm trying to get rid of there. We may have to come up with a different solution, but I'm going to try this one first. Okay, that's better. And then I'm going to sand off that just part line right there. And I'm going to do some of these lines a little shorter. See how much better that looks. Let's do it down at the bottom too. Now, there may end up being a label or who knows what covering that up. but I want to be prepared for any kind of circumstance. So I'm going to go ahead and do this now. And then we won't have to worry with it later. Okay, that'll work. Now let's do this one. And I can tell you, this is a whole lot harder to sand with the gesso on there. Like, it's not coming off near as easy as it was coming off when the shiny surface was on there. Which, that's a good thing. Okay, so now when we put them in there, they'll look like that. Okay, so I'm going to put you on pause, and I'm going to go stitch around them, and then I'll come back, and then we'll decide if we're going to embellish them anymore right now. The only other thing I would probably want to do is add some kind of lace up here, I think, for the topper, because I think a nice cream colored lace or whatever would look really good up there. So I will be back in just a sec. Okay, I'm back, and I stitched around everything, and basically what I did is I went around 3 times and let the sewing machine just do whatever it wanted. And I left them stringy and grungy, and that's how we like it. So the only other thing that I did is I did ink around all the edges with ground espresso, and I'm thinking that I'm going to come back and I'm going to ink them with scorched timber, because I don't think the ground espresso is dark enough on the very edges. So I'm going to do that real quick. Kind of bring out the edges of each piece. If you don't have scorched timber, I highly recommend it. It's an awesome alternative when you want something dark, but not black. It's a gorgeous kind of brown black, I guess you say. But yeah, I really like it. And last one. Alright, so now I'm going to take some lace and I'm going to put it through the little hole here. And I'm just going to cut enough to make a nice little tab on there and fray the ends. And I was going to staple it, but I forgot that my sister borrowed my tiny attacher. So I may have to wait on that, or I may stitch them. It's another option. But for now, we're just going to slide them in there. I have a regular size, or a stapler that, you know, has regular size staples in it. I could always use that. Oh, got a better idea. And it would look better anyway. I'm going to use these rusty pins. Ding ding, light bulb over the head. And I rusted these using the salt and vinegar and peroxide mixture. And for the last one, do I want this piece? I think that's what we, let's do, which is actually the top one. We'll do this. Maybe what I should have done is done the top and the bottom the same and the different one in the middle. This is the kind of insanity that is in my mind. Oh, you can't have those two same ones together. That would just be wrong. I wouldn't sleep tonight. We did that. And that way, if I decide later I want to hang something on these safety pins, I can. That, like a little bitty tag or something. That'd be cute. Okay, so now what we have is our big tag, our middle tag, our baby tag. And then we have a pocket. We have another pocket, which we will go ahead and glue on. I have not backed these tags yet either. I will back them all with tea-dyed paper. I wanted to get the sewing done before I did that. I may have to do Fabri-Tac on that. Let me paper clip them. or paper clip it. On there until it adheres a little better. Okay, so that's going to go on there, and then when that dries, I'm going to take this just little cluster that has a little brownish color button and a couple little lace scraps, and I'm going to put it on this pocket right here. So that is where I'm going to leave it at this point. And then once I start the journal, decide the page that I want it on, and so forth, then, actually, I am going to do one more thing. I lied. I want to put price tags on here with my little stamp. I'm going to use the each, I think. And I'm going to use the cent. And let's do a 5, a 10. Oh, the zero's missing. I keep forgetting the zero's missing. Or is it down in there? Okay, so let's do $5, $15, and $25. How's that? Okay, so I'm gonna put them like up where that, maybe I just want to put 5 cent. Okay, let's do 25, because they're pretty big. $25. All right, 25. I keep saying that, don't I? 25. And then I have found that if you take a binder clip, if you have stamp plugs that are like this, and you clip them like this, then it'll hold them together and it'll keep them straight. And granted, you're not going to be able to do more than, you know, a couple of numbers. And I mean, you could use a bigger binder clip. But it will allow you to keep them straight. I'm going to try this in scorched timber and see if it's going to be dark enough for me. Yeah, I think it's going to. So, let's get these inked up good. Oh, I love those stamps. Love them, I love them. Okay, so there's 25. Now let's do 15. And I think I'll put it on the other side. Let's do a practice one. That one. It's good. So let's do that one over here. Okay. And then I'm going to do 5 cents on this one. All right, so now even at the bottom, we are to here. And the each is pretty big. That's why I chose not to use it. I mean, I could put it underneath. I think I'll do that. So I'm going to put the each. Actually, this one I could put. No, because I want to be the same. I want it to be the same for all of them. I could put each on this one. I don't have to use it on all three, I don't guess. Is that not cool? Love it. The only other, I have dozen for 1/2 and pound. see what the 4 looks like. Sorry, I'm playing and I need to let you guys go. I could do it each on this one. I don't know why I feel like I could line that up better upside down, but I do. And then this one, let me see what. Let's do 1/2. No, I won't do that. What's the 4 look like? Okay, let's do this. Let's do 4. And let's do where's my 2? Cool. Okay. For those of you that didn't see when I got these are from the Lookout Stamp Company, which used to be in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I found these on eBay, so I don't know if you can find any or not, but it's worth a shot. There might be another set out there. I tried to Google the stamp company and I couldn't find them in Chattanooga anymore. So it could be that, you know, they're not around anymore. But yeah, really cool stamps. And I can't remember when you know, reading about them when it said they were in business, but I want to say that they started in the early 1900s and were in business till the 50s or something like that. So it is, you know, a pretty old stamp set, and they're really cool. I love the font on them. Okay, so there we go. I'm stopping there today, and I'm going to quit running my jaws. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and these will be coming back up at some point when I put them in a journal, and I'll be sure and show you how I ended up finishing them off. Actually, I like them how they are. I think with some tea-dyed paper on the back, that it's cute, just how it is. So I may end up, once I get them in the journal, deciding that's enough and just leave them just like that. So again, thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys back tomorrow for I Saw It on Pinterest. Until then, everybody have a great evening. Bye.